Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how to debug Python code using Pudb. So the first thing that I did was adding this statement here to this line, which is basically adding a breakpoint. So I want to debug this method to see what's happening inside. Then I drop this line here, and then when I ran this program, Pudb stopped the execution here so that I can evaluate it. So the first feature I want to show you is the variables panel, this one here. So you type capital V, the focus goes there. So here I can evaluate the variables in the context. For example, node, I can see its type, or I can see the string representation. I can also add new variables here, like variables or expressions to watch. So if I type n, then I can type an expression, like let's say I want to see always the length of the keywords from a given node. So here I have it, and it's going to be updated as this value changes. I could also add here a function, the function calls or whatever, anything that returns something. That value return is going to be displayed here. I can get back to the editor by typing Ctrl+X, and here I can show you the embedded shell. As you can see in the very bottom of the page, we have this shell. It's a Python shell where I can type anything. Like I want to see what is node, I want to see what node keywords is. It's a list, and I can do whatever I want here. I can print something. Why would I do that? I don't know, but I can. So I can basically evaluate any Python expression here, any complex Python expression, and this is quite handy because it allows you to understand better what's going on, typing complex expressions, making function calls, or whatever you need to better understand your code and to see what's happening. In addition to this shell, that is quite limited. I mean, the output it's a very small panel. You cannot do much here. You can also configure IPython to use an external shell. In my case, I configured to use IPython. So when I type exclamation point, I'm going to be redirected there. So now it opened an IPython session. So here I can do whatever I want to do in an IPython shell. If I want to get back, I just have to close this IPython session. And now I'm back to the debugger. If I want to go to the command line again, I type Ctrl+X. Ctrl+X again move me back to the editor. And there are other features that are pretty nice here. For example, well, as with any debugger, I can like navigate in the code. I mean, I can just use J and key to navigate through the code to see the rest of the file if I need. And this is quite handy if you compare this with other debuggers for Python. And I can also, of course, now step into the next line with using the N key. It moves the execution to the next line. As you can see, the variables here, they were updated. I can also now, if I want to dive into a given function, I can just type S, the S letter. So S puts me into this hash response for a keyword parameter function. Then here I can, do whatever I want, evaluate stuff, go back to the execution. If I want to get back where I was before, I can just press C as in continue. And that's basically it. You can navigate, you can step into functions, you can step over function calls, and if you type C again, it's just going to continue the execution of the program. But there are other nice things that I want to show you. For example, the stack view, which is here in the sidebar. I type capital S, I'm back, I'm here. So now I can navigate through the stack. Let's say that I want to check this visit function in ast.py. I hit enter, and now I'm here. I'm in that function. I can navigate. I can, if I want, add a breakpoint by pressing B. So now we have a breakpoint here, and as you can see, this is highlighted here in the breakpoints panel, so you can control those. So let me remove it because it doesn't matter here. Let me go back to the stack panel. Then I want to add a breakpoint here in the find issues visitor. Actually, here in the run function, let me add a breakpoint here, because this is what's gonna be called after I finish inspecting the function where I am in. So I'm gonna add a breakpoint by typing B. The breakpoint has been added. Now I can go back to the stack navigation. I can go back to the original function I was evaluating. Here I am. Now if I press C, the execution flow is going to continue, and that breakpoint on line that I just added is going to be activated. So continue. Oops. Continue. Here I am. I press C, I got continue. Now I can evaluate stuff here. It's not defined yet, so let me. Now I have line defined. Control X puts me back there. And so I added a new breakpoint. I was able to navigate there, inspect stuff. And finally, another thing I wanted to show is that you can also find modules and drop breakpoints in there. For example, I just press M. It opens me a dialog, and I can navigate to any Python library that I have here. For example, let's say I want to drop a breakpoint in the pathlib module. I don't know why I'll do that in this case, but I can. For example, I want to drop a breakpoint here to evaluate this function. So I can basically navigate to any module that I want. I don't know. Let me see. Let me cancel. Let me go back to where I was in the stack, so I can navigate pretty quickly here using this stack navigation. And finally, you can find any keyboard shortcuts by typing question mark. So here you have them. And you can also find the preferences by typing Ctrl P. So here I could, for example, hide line numbers. I can change the external shell that I will use. I can change the theme. Let's say I want something brighter or whatever. There are many settings that you can do here. And that's it. And I hope this is helpful for you. So enjoy it.